Hi, how are you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. So, shall we start?
Yes.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to the fourth episode of 30 Questions Before the Crown, brought to you by Miss World Updates and your admin, Christian Brankuriakus. It is with great delight that I welcome you to the very special conversation with a woman who has captured not just Belize, but the entire world and now carries its crown with pride. Miss World Belize 2025, Faith Edgar. Faith is not only a queen in title, but in spirit, a beacon of grace, resilience, and purpose. Her journey speaks volume of the beauty of dreams realized through hard work and strength of a young woman rooted in her culture, faith, and love of her people. Today, we explore her story, the triumph of the national stage, the responsibilities that come after, the excitement of preparing to represent Belize on the world stage, and the vision that fuels her mission in life. And of course, we'll end up with a few playful questions to get a glimpse of Faith behind the crown. Faith, thank you for sitting us with today. It's truly a great honor.
Aw, thank you guys so much for having me. I'm so excited.
So let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the basics about your national pageant. What was the very first thought that crossed your mind when you decided to compete for Miss World Belize?
The very first thought was I am from a little island off the coast of Belize.
Hmm.
So it was different for me to go to our mainland and try and compete for a pageant over there. So
Hmm.
I was just more excited to see like if I was going to actually get a lot of support from my hometown, but also from around the country. So, and it was definitely a good turnout and
Hmm.
people were very supportive. So that was beautiful.
Perfect. So now that you look back, what was the single most defining moment of your national pageant journey?
The national pageant,
Yeah.
I think probably just getting to know the girls for the week of pageant week.
Hmm.
I always feel like that's one of like the most special moments are going around traveling your country with women that you just met,
Hmm.
but within the span of like 5 days end up being your sister. So I don't know if that's comparable.
Perfect. So Belize is actually known for its diversity and warmth. So how do you weave those qualities into your performance?
Diversity and warmth. I Belizean people will always tell you, or anyone that ever visits Belize,
Hmm.
that the country is filled with the most welcoming people. And I think that I want to really showcase that during the Miss World like competition
Hmm.
because we are, and I want to be able to just represent the country well and show people that Belizean people are so sweet and they should always come visit our country.
Perfect. See, a lot of the things happens at the pageant. From an audience perspective, you never see this. But a contestant's experience about the pageant might be entirely different. So, what was the hardest challenge you overcame during the competition that perhaps the audience never saw?
I think just trying to identify yourself
Hmm.
um like behind, let me say this properly, like I think that there are things that we're doing behind closed doors that obviously the audience isn't seeing. So, like interviews, and there are different parts of the competition that don't take place in front of the public eye.
Hmm.
And so, I think that's probably one of the biggest things when it comes to choosing the individual that's going to represent the country. People can have their favorite, but at the end of the day, I think it's the most well rounded woman that the organization is looking for.
Perfect. So, if you could give an advice to the faith who was preparing to step on the stage for the very first time, what would you tell her?
I think advice that I would give to myself is just to remain grounded in
Hmm.
who I am. I Sometimes I think it's really easy for us to want to portray a front that's not always exactly authentic.
Hmm.
And so, or we see this other our competition, we're like, oh, we should be more like this or more like that. I think that it's constantly trying to remind yourself that you're here for a reason and to just stay authentically yourself.
Perfect. So, Now that the national pageant is over, I would like to know a little bit more about your life as Miss World Belize now. So, since your crowning, how has your understanding of leadership and responsibility evolved? I mean, you're the representative of a country, and moreover, you are the leader of young women of your generation, especially in Belize. So, how has your understanding about leadership and responsibility changed post winning Miss World Belize?
I think it's changed because I am definitely not even recognized as Faith, the individual, anymore.
Hmm.
I'm recognized as this woman with a title and a big responsibility.
Yeah,
So I think that it's like I can't just put on a crown and sash and be someone else. I have to constantly remain Miss World Belize 24/7. And
yeah.
so I think that that's like a not necessarily a challenge, but a
Hmm.
big difference in like my day-to-day life.
Perfect. So, if you could say, what was one of the most unexpected blessing that came with the crown?
Unexpected blessings is just being able to be given a platform where I'm able to connect with more people and have a reach even more expanded than I ever did.
Hmm.
And one of those things is just being able to work with children. I feel
Hmm.
like everyone says that, but it's truly, they're so innocent. And when
Hmm.
they really look at you as somebody that they want to be, it's a feeling that's very undescribable.
Perfect. So, as we know, now that you have won Miss World Belize, you are in public eye. But another side of the coin is that fame can be overwhelming. So, how do you stay grounded in your identity and values with all the fame around you?
I think that I remain grounded by just surrounding myself with a good circle of people.
Hmm.
I think that I have a really good circle of people that are constantly trying to not necessarily critique me, but just letting me know when I'm doing things that are good, letting me know that, oh, maybe you should try this or try that. And I think at the end of the day, I can only do so much as an individual, but once you surround yourself with really good people, I
Hmm.
think that is super important during this journey.
Perfect. So, has there been any single encounter with a person since winning the pageant, that deeply changed your perspective about life or anything?
I have had a lot of encounters when it comes to like my beauty with a purpose that I know we'll get into.
Yeah.
Uh, since winning the crown, there's only been like one that stands out the most. I was at a smile fair in Belize City on the mainland, and just being able to get children access to dental cleanings,
Hmm.
but there's always that big stigma of everyone is scared of the dentist. And there was one child that was very nervous, and just being able to walk someone through that is very heartwarming to me.
Perfect. So, another question would be, what has been the most powerful word of encouragement you have received during your journey, and who gave it to you?
Oh, that's so hard. I think that I've been given a lot of encouragement through my journey.
Hmm.
There's this one woman that's on our like board of directors of our organization, and her name is Miss Indira.
Hmm.
And I think that she has been a very impactful person in my journey just because she's constantly reminding me that yes, I'm going to a competition with a lot of women and we're all there representing something different, but she has just been there constantly reminding me that my reason, my purpose for being there is just as impactful as anyone else.
Perfect. So now that you have already won the national pageant, I want to know a bit more about your expectations for the international stage because it's going to be huge. Every year, like
Yes,
more than 100 delegates come together, and Miss World is also not a 1 week pageant, it's a 1 month journey. So you'll
I
be going through
know.
a lot. So I want to know about your expectations for international pageant. So the first question regarding that would be, when you close your eyes and picture yourself on the Miss World stage, what image comes to your mind?
I don't think there is one image that I can describe. I
Hmm.
think for me, this is my first international title.
Hmm.
And so I'm just going to try and like throw myself in there and enjoy the experience as much as I can.
Hmm. That's perfect. So, what do you believe is the essence of belief that you want the world to see through you?
I think I kind of touched on this a little earlier. It's just, I think what makes Belize stand out is our people,
Mhm,
and what we like to describe our people of Belize as is we are a melting pot of culture and diversity. And so I don't think that I feel like every time Belize steps out on an international stage, the
mhm.
woman looks completely different every single
True,
time.
true. That's so true. Yeah,
And I think that's what's most like exciting about Belize is that you never know which flavor you're gonna get.
that's so true. Every time I see a delegate from Belize, I'm like, "Hmm, really?
You're like,
You
wait,
Belize
what?
even have this flavor?" I mean, like, that's true. That's Belize is truly diverse.
We
So,
are. And so I really want to show the world that we
this
are
flavor also
diverse,
exists.
but yes.
Okay, perfect. So, many contestants shine in different ways. In your view, what is the X factor you bring to the competition?
I think I bring a very like an authenticity about myself when it comes to I'm very giggly. I'm very like open to just walking up to people, having a conversation. I feel that since I do that, I kind of attract that same energy. And I am a big believer on like what you put out into the universe, like you receive. And
Mhm.
so I think my personality is what's gonna help me shine.
Yeah, that's a wonderful personality to have because I remember Julia Molly saying once when she was talking about Aishwarya Rai, she was also having a very similar personality, and that really helped her, in
Mm,
going so much forward in the competition. And she eventually won the pageant. So just stick to it, you'll be fine.
thank you.
So, beyond winning the crown, what do you most hope to gain personally and spiritually from this international journey?
I think something that I want to gain personally is just being able to. I'm from Belize. Everyone knows that this is a very small country. And
Hmm.
so I think the opportunities that if I were to be crowned, the opportunities I would be given, I would take advantage of it in the aspect of just meeting people and networking. I think that networking is one of the most important things that you can do, especially no matter what career you're in or anything when it comes to that capacity. And even as someone, even if I don't win, if I win, I think creating exposure for my Beauty with a Purpose program, it will continue on for as long as I live, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah, we have
So
those
I think,
questions coming. Don't worry.
yes.
Okay,
But I think I'm going to be taking very much advantage of just networking with people.
perfect. So, the next question would be if you could whisper a single message from Belize into the ears of the world, what would it be? This is a question from one of our fans. So, sorry.
Okay. If I could whisper a message,
Yes. From Belize to
my,
the ears of the world.
I
Very poetic, right?
know. I think I would whisper that Belize has been told for too long that they don't belong on a stage as big as Miss World, but we are coming this year
Hmm.
very strong.
Perfect. So, the next question and the next segment of the interview is something that you mentioned a couple of times, and I've said, wait, we'll go there. So, as we all know, the heart and soul of the Miss World pageant is the beauty with a purpose, and that's what makes Miss World, stand apart from the, thousands of pageants that exist in the world. So, what personal moment in your life ignited the passion behind your Beauty with a Purpose project?
Yes, so I volunteered in a mission clinic down here in Belize on my island where I'm from called San Pedro.
Hmm.
And this mission clinic, it's based off of providing dental care to individuals that maybe can't have access to it year round or can't afford it.
Hmm.
There was one singular moment where I kind of had an idea that I wanted to pursue a degree in the field. However, I threw myself in, and by the end of that 5 days, I was working with a dentist full on. And
Hmm.
basically, this dentist that is now my mentor told me that this is something that I have a natural talent in the field and I need to be pursuing. So that was a big moment for me in my life.
Perfect. That's beautiful. So the next question is also from a fan. This is a bit interesting question. So, if
Okay.
your project, if your project were a metaphorical seed, what kind of tree do you hope it grows into for Belize and beyond? I'll repeat it once more because this is a bit too much. If your project were a metaphorical seed, what kind of tree do you hope it grows into for Belize and beyond?
What kind of tree?
Yeah.
I would definitely choose a mahogany tree. This
Hmm.
is our national tree of Belize, and it's a beautiful tree, and it is a tree that kind of stands firm and strong. And so I would love for my Beauty with a Purpose program to represent that.
Beautiful. That's very beautifully said. So, the next question is a Beauty with a Purpose project is something that's very serious, and a lot often we don't do it just for the sake of the pageant, and it comes with a lot of challenges as well. So, what are the challenges that you have faced trying to implement your project, and how have they shaped your determination, for this course?
Yes, as many probably know, the field of dentistry is an expensive field. So once we're providing all these different treatments
Hmm.
to people, there can be a financial burden. However, I think that people from my country they are aware of the global, even national problem that we're having. And
Hmm.
so they have been very, very giving. And so we've been receiving a lot of donations. So even though that we have that financial burden sometimes, I think that just pushes me even more to reach out to people and see if they are willing to help me. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with asking people for help sometimes.
That's absolutely true. If it's for a good cause, there's absolutely no problem in asking for
Yeah.
help from people. Absolutely. So, how do you measure the impact of your project? Is it through numbers, through stories, or through the quiet smile that change a single life in a day?
I think in all three, I think one of the most empowering feeling for me is being
Hmm.
able to lay someone in my chair, walk them through a process that's when you're in a chair, you're in a vulnerable state. And I think the most rewarding aspect to it all is them being able to finish and to sit up and smile and thank you for that. I think all three are uncomparable to the next.
That's absolutely true. So, I hope your Beauty with a Purpose project is something that you hope to, take even after your Beauty with, Miss World journey. So, 10 years from now, if someone speaks about your Beauty with a Purpose initiative, what do you hope they say?
I think, well, I hope that they would say that this initiative helped me or helped someone that I knew. I think within the next 10 years,
Hmm.
we are a small movement right now.
Yes,
However, I hope in 10 years we are able to reach corners of the country that we have never reached before, reach even hopefully corners of the world that no one has reached before, and just being able to give access to people and educate people on how to take care of their teeth and how to create daily habits to do so.
that's beautiful. So far, we have talked about your national pageant, your expectations for your international pageant, your Beauty with a Purpose. So, the next segment, we would like to know a bit more about you as a person, your aspirations, your visions, and the missions that you aspire to achieve in future. So, what vision for yourself are you working towards 5 years from now?
A mission that I'm working towards is becoming a dentist.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I should be a dentist by the age of 29 if everything goes the way it's supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a mission that within 5 years I should have already accomplished.
Perfect. So, if you had the opportunity to design one bold initiative for the youth of Belize, what would it be?
Can you repeat that?
Sure. If you had the opportunity to design one bold initiative for the youth of Belize, what would it be?
One bold initiative?
Yes.
I think it would be just to spread kindness. I know that that's something very simple
Mm-hmm.
and but also very overlooked. I
Mm-hmm.
think that just reminding people that it's important to be kind.
Hmm.
It's something that will never be outdated.
That's truly correct. So,
Mhm.
when doubt creeps in, what keeps you moving forward with courage?
I think that there are a lot of points within this journey, before this journey, and I know even after this journey, where I have moments
Hmm.
of doubt and maybe moments where I don't even feel confident.
Hmm.
Um, I think that what continues to push me into continuing to do what I'm doing is the impact that I know that I'm trying to make. I don't think that every day is going to be as impactful as the last. However, if I think that I'm still there for a reason and I'm continuing to put my utmost best into people,
Hmm.
I know that in the end I will be rewarded with kindness, with gratitude, or some sort of fulfilling for me.
I think that's wonderful. So, what legacy do you hope to leave behind, both as Faith Edgar and as Miss World Belize?
I think for me, for the last couple of weeks, I've been thinking about this question a lot. I don't ever want to portray as someone that wants to be the loudest voice in the room.
Hmm.
I really want to portray as someone when I walk into a room, I'm remembered as someone that tried to create change, but also lasting change in her country.
Hmm.
And so that is something that I really want to be known for.
True. Very good. Which woman, be it from the past or be it from the present, inspires your mission in life? Who is that woman and why?
I truly I cannot name one singular woman. I think that there are so many different powerful purpose-driven women in the world, and I like to pull different things from different people.
Hmm.
And so pinpointing just one is, I
Hard.
think, impossible for me. And I don't want to say, yeah, I think it's just impossible for me to pinpoint one singular woman.
Okay, then you can say list of women who have inspired you.
Yeah, I think a woman that has inspired me is my mom. She is a single mother.
Hmm.
She moved to a different country at a very young age, not a very young age, with me as a very young age, and has just, I think that all the trials and tribulations that she's been thrown, she's somehow worked over and through. And so that's just something that I only aspire to be.
Perfect. So, if your journey to the Miss World pageant were turned into a film, what would be the title and what message would you want the audience to leave with?
A film?
Yes. I mean, why not?
I know. We can do anything.
Yeah,
A film. I think it would be called The Island Girl because I'm an island baby.
and the message that you want the audience to leave with?
I think that I would like to leave the world with you can be from the smallest place in your country and still be given as much opportunity as anyone else.
Perfect. That's perfect. So, most often in the world, especially in the beauty pageant community, we refer to the girls as queens. So,
Yeah.
when you think about the word queen, what qualities do you believe truly define it? And which one of those qualities do you strive to embody the most?
I think as a queen, uh, some words that kind of pop into mind are kind,
Hmm.
empathetic,
Hmm.
and purpose driven.
Hmm.
I think when it comes to me wanting to embody one singular word, even though I would love to embody all three,
Hmm.
but I think when it comes to one, it would be just being the most empathetic I can.
Hmm.
I think a queen is one person that is able to connect with all different types of people from
Hmm.
all different types of cultures and languages. And so I feel when she expresses empathy, she's able to do that.
Perfect. So, as we know, at the Miss World pageant, it's not just about walking in gown, walking in swimsuit. We have a multitude of rounds that you have to go through before accumulating into the finale. You have sports, you have talent, you have top model, you have the designer wear. There's a lot of rounds. But
Yes.
if you could create a new tradition or symbol to represent something personal to you, what would you bring forward as a new round in the pageant?
Ooh, that is a really good question that I've never thought of before. I think a new round would be something along the lines of I know we have the head to head and we talk about our beauty with a purpose.
Mhm,
However, I think being able to create another round because
mhm,
Miss World really bases their queen off of her beauty with a purpose project.
mhm,
So something along the lines of creating a new round of maybe a personal statement, trying to see like how impactful a queen can make that one statement
mhm,
with compared to the next. I
mhm.
don't know. That's a really good question. I have to think about that.
Okay.
But definitely along the lines of beauty with a purpose.
Maybe we could create an opening statement and a closing statement before the finale. So that
Maybe something like, yeah, maybe something like that.
that's good. So, the last question in this segment: what does beauty with a purpose mean to you beyond the pageant stage, in the quiet moments of your daily life? I mean, what does that word mean to you outside pageant and in personally?
I think that the term beauty with a purpose
Hmm.
to me means exactly that.
Hmm.
However, in my personal life, there are a lot of things that I think people don't realize that queens experience, and whether that's pressure and how they handle pressure with their daily lives and with their responsibilities. And so I think that beauty with a purpose means to me is that it's okay to take days for yourself, take days where you want to create that change with in any aspect you can. I Yeah, I think that it's just more about balance. Beauty with a purpose to me means balance.
That's perfect. So far we have talked about national pageant, your beauty with a purpose, your expectations. The next round would be the chill round. This is the last segment of our interview.
This
I
went
don't
by
want
so
you to.
fast.
Yeah, it came so fast. I mean, we call it 30 questions before the round, so this 30 or 30. Sometimes we add some questions from the fans, so it's a quick, fast-paced interview. So for the next round, I don't want you to think too much. We call
Okay.
it the rapid fire round.
Okay.
So I'll ask you a question, and you just answer the first thing that comes to your mind. That's all.
Okay.
As simple as that. Which is harder, walking gracefully in heels or answering a tough onstage question in 30 seconds?
Walking in heels.
Ah,
Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why.
not a heels girl, I assume.
I am. I don't know. It's something about it.
If Belize were a person, how would you describe their personality in 3 words?
Diverse. In 3 words, sorry?
Yeah, 3 words, 3 words.
Diverse.
Hmm. Quick, quick, quick.
I can't think. Diverse, beautiful, and kind.
Perfect. So, you have to choose.
Oh my.
Never eat your favorite Belizean dish again, or never go to your favorite Belizean beach again. Which one would you give up?
I would give up never going to my favorite Belizean beach. I cannot give up our food. Our food is the best thing that our country, well, one of the best things that we have to offer.
And I believe as an island girl, you have had enough with beaches.
Yes, I want to go to the mainland. I want to go to the rainforest.
It's understandable. Even I'm from a coastal state, so I know we have had enough beaches. Perfect. The next question would be, if you could secretly switch lives with another Miss World contestant for a day, who would it be and why?
I would switch lives with Miss Tony Ann Singh herself
Ah,
as a Caribbean sister.
hmm.
I think she embodies everything that I would love to embody as a Miss World.
Perfect. So, if your crown could talk, what would it say about you?
My crown, if she could talk, what would she say? She would say that I am sometimes unorganized.
Okay, you're going for Miss World. Just, keep that in mind. What's the most Belizean thing you have done in the last week?
In the last week, I actually yesterday I spent the day at the beach
Hmm.
and I was around some friends and family and we just had a beautiful lunch in the water.
Perfect. Next question. Which is scarier, a tough judge's question or a giant iguana running towards you?
Honestly, a giant iguana. I am running the opposite direction.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Would you rather give up makeup for a year or give up rice and beans for a year?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I think I would have to give up makeup because there's no way I can give up rice and beans.
You don't need makeup, you're naturally beautiful.
Aw, thank you.
Okay. Who takes longer to get ready? You or your crown?
Not me. I can get ready in 10 minutes. So it would be my crown.
As we know, Miss World pageant has a talent round. So, if Miss World had a talent round where you must fail hilariously, what would you do?
Fail?
Yeah.
I would probably play some sort of instrument.
Mhm. Okay. The second last question. Who is more dramatic? You in high heels or Belizean weather in hurricane seasons?
Ooh. So it's something about the heels. I'm gonna say me in high heels.
Okay. So you are more dramatic than Belizean weather in hurricane season.
Yes, I am.
Okay. On a final curveball, if a child asks you, why should I be proud to be Belizean? What would be your instinctive answer?
Can you repeat that one more time?
If a child asked you, why should I be proud to be Belizean? What would your instinctive answer be?
My instinctive answer would be because you're different. I think that Belize has so much to offer, and that really seeps into how it builds the people of the country. And so I think I would just tell them to be proud.
Perfect. That's it. So, Faith, thank you for opening your heart and sharing your journey with us with such honesty, grace, and thoughtfulness. From your national triumph to your vision for your Beauty with the Purpose project, and from your personal dreams to your reflections on representing Belize, it's clear that you carry not just a crown, but a mission. As you step forward onto the international stage, may your voice, your story, and your purpose shine as bright as your smile. On behalf
Aw.
of all who are watching and cheering up to you, we say Belize is proud and the world awaits you. Thank you, Miss World Belize 2025. And to all of you who are watching, we will meet again this Wednesday with Miss World Walter. Thank you.
Yes, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Bye. Have a great
Bye.
day.
You too.